All right, welcome back. It's the DDSN Diamond Betting Show. Episode 17 will take you from coast to coast around Major League Baseball for those who watched yesterday and all week. Appreciate the new followers, subscribers, everybody from TikTok to YouTube. We appreciate it. We had a winning day after a losing day 2 days ago, which we battled back yesterday. We had a great night last night, especially if you took the sides only. Sides only went 6-2, about 4 units, and we're still in green. We're almost at up 6 units on our sides, but we have a huge day, full slate, Saturday MLB. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into the first game of the day. Kansas City Royals plus 140. Cameron on the mound. He's a lefty against the New York Yankees, minus 158. Will Warren on the mound. This has to be the first game of the season. Warren's not a minus 780, 880 type favorite, especially at home. I feel like all his games have been at home, all of his starts. But this Royals team, I believe they're on a 9-game losing streak with no end in sight. Pitching hasn't been sharp. This pitching's been decent. I will say, they held the Tigers to 2 runs twice, and then they held the Yankees to 4 runs last night. But they can't score. They're having trouble scoring, and if you don't score, you don't win. Go ahead and give me the Yankees minus 158. Yes, it's a little expensive. I don't want to do the run line because I would say 80% of the Kansas City Royals games, they actually lose by only 1 run. So they keep it close. Last night they lost by 2 runs. A little too close for comfort. I'm happy to take an expensive price with the Yankees. That's how much I like them today. Yankees minus 158. Next game, Cincinnati Reds plus 121. Andrew Abbott on the mound against the Minnesota Twins. Twins are minus 133 with Taj Bradley on the mound. Now you know why the Twins are at this price. It's not too expensive. It's not in the 40s, minus 150 range, but minus 133, not bad for an undefeated lights out pitcher right now, Taj Bradley. Yes, the Twins screwed us last night. They couldn't get any runs going, but today's a new day. Early game. It's a home game. The Minnesota Wild hockey they have a road game at 4:30. It's 10:53 a.m. right now, so we'll see what happens. But I do like the Twins here. We're going to keep riding Taj Bradley. We're going to keep riding this Twins offense. They're now 7-3, 7-4 at home. Really great offensive showing so far this season, except for last night for the Minnesota Twins. And we love the way Taj Bradley has been cashing for us. We're going Twins minus 133. Plus 108, Freddie Peralta on the mound against the Chicago Cubs, minus 119. Jameson Taillon on the mound. The Mets are struggling. Offensively, pitching, the bullpen has been atrocious, and they've lost, I believe, 9 games in a row right now. They got destroyed by the Cubs. A lot of offense, a lot of runs given up last night. The Mets were able to hit the ball, but they're just not scoring runs. But today, I believe that changes, and they finally get a win. I feel like the Mets are going to snap this losing streak. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen today with Freddie Peralta on the mound. And the Mets usually have good luck against Taillon, so I think this shapes up perfect for us. Yes, it's ugly. Yes, it's puke-worthy, but we're getting plus money with Freddie Peralta and the Mets. Let's go Metropolitans plus 108. Next game, San Francisco Giants minus 107. Adrian Hauser on the mound against the Washington Nationals. Minus 103, Cade Cavalli on the mound. We know it. Both of these teams are all over the place. Up and down, up and down. 10 runs, no runs. 10 runs, no runs. It's just a never-ending cycle. We have Tony Vitello tweeting out just saying that be patient with the Giants, they're coming along, this, that, and the other. People kind of slandering him, saying he needs to go back to college. He's a rah-rah guy. They did dominate last night. They're on a little 2-game winning streak, but I really don't like anything here. Hauser's been decent. Volley's been decent. Nationals give up so many runs out of their bullpen. The Giants, you never know what you're going to get from their offense. The talent's there, but whether they show up or not is just... It's a guessing game. Nothing for me here. We're not getting plus money anywhere. It's just not worth it. in my opinion, and I don't really like anything here. Next game, Chicago White Sox plus 144, Eric Fetty on the mound against the Sacramento Las Vegas Athletics. Athletics are minus 159 in that neighborhood. Luis Severino on the mound, so it kind of makes sense. The White Sox destroyed the Athletics last night. We had the under in that game, and that got blown out of the water thanks to a grand slam. I thought I had the White Sox in that game because finally, Aaron Savali, we've been waiting for it all year, especially if you've been watching. We've been waiting for him to blow up, and it finally happened last night, and I didn't have the White Sox. So I don't know what I was thinking there. I must have lost concentration, but tonight's different. We're going to back Severino and this Athletics offense. Like we talked about last night, they scored a lot of runs in that series against the Rangers. They did lose that series, but I believe they only scored 1 run last night. So I think they come back and score some runs. I've got the Athletics on the run line plus 123. Next game, Tampa Bay Rays plus 134. Drew Rasmussen on the mound against the Pittsburgh Pirates, minus 148. Paul Skeens on the mound. Again, what a great number for Paul Skeens here. The Pirates offense, it took them a little bit, but they showed out and snapped the Rays winning streak last night. Really good job here. This might be a little dicey, but for me, I like the unders here. And I know it's a first 5 under 3.5 minus 115 and the game under 7 plus 105. I know that's a little dicey and a little light, but the way both of these pitchers have been, pitching, it's been lights out. So of course it'd be the one game that, soars over the total. But again, I do think we get a pitcher's duel here, kind of like we did last night. At least that's what I'm hoping for. It is Paul Skeens, but at the same time, Rasmussen's been hot. This Rays offense has been hot. So playing the Pirates and laying 150, that's a little too pricey for me in what I believe to be a sort of an even matchup. Give me the under. First 5 under 3.5 minus 115 and under 7 plus 105. Milwaukee Brewers minus 102. And in Woodruff on the mound against the Miami Marlins. Marlins are minus 108. And the Alcantara on the mound, we know he's been lights out, especially at home. So again, I like this one under the total. We cashed the first 5 under last night, but we lost the game total thanks to, of course, errors. There's about 2 errors on the Marlins, scored about at least 4 unearned runs, just a nightmare. But in this one, I like the first 5 under 4 minus 130, and then game under 7.5 minus 113. 2 great pitchers, very strong to start the season. I think we get a good pitcher's duel here, and 2 offenses that are somewhat struggling, but don't look now, but the Milwaukee Brewers are climbing back out of the gutter, and I believe they're on about a 3-game winning streak. So watch out for the Brew Crew. Next game, Detroit Tigers minus 148. Tarek Skubal on the mound against the Boston Red Sox plus 134. Brian Bayo on the mound. I'm going contrarian in this game, big time contrarian in this game. I'm going to take the Red Sox offense because Tarek Skubal does and has struggled at Boston. In Boston at Fenway Park. So if we're going to get a nice number here with the Red Sox, and this isn't a homer pick, by the way, it's really not. It's a great price here, and we don't really trust Tarek Skubal. He hasn't really shown up, when we've needed him to this year. So I do like the Red Sox plus 134 and contrarian. We're going over 7 runs. Yes, it looks like it's going to be a freezing cold game in Fenway Park. Winds blowing in. But if we can get some runs, base hits, doubles, I think we can do it. Always never easy betting an over in a cold game. But again, like I said, buyer beware. We're going contrarian in this one. Red Sox plus 134 and game total over 7 runs minus 105. All right, Baltimore Orioles plus 121. Dean Kramer on the mound against the Cleveland Indians. Guardians are minus 133 with Gavin Williams on the mound. We had the Orioles last night. Crazy comeback. I think it all happened in the 8th inning. And yeah, we cashed with the Orioles. But today, after a crazy comeback like that, I always like going the opposite direction. Oh, give me the Indians. I like the Guardians here, minus 133. And I also like this total to go over 7.5 runs. Plus 108. I think that moved to plus 105. Like I said, we're moving, about a nickel, less than a nickel in some of these games just because due to timing. But I do like the Indians minus 133. I think they bounce back after that heartbreaking bullpen loss to the Orioles. And I think we get this over 7.5. Gavin Williams has struggled against the Orioles offense. Dean Kramer has struggled against the Indians, so I do think we get some runs in this one. St. Louis Cardinals plus 127. Palante against the Houston Astros minus 140. Lance McCullers on the mound. Huge favorite here for Houston. They have not proved that as of late. Yes, they were able to beat up on the Rockies 2-1. But at the same time, this Astros pitching staff is depleted. Their bullpen has been terrible, except for the last couple days randomly. And also, their offense has been up and down. But they're kind of ice cold right now. So I do like getting the plus money with this red hot Cardinals offense. We've been talking about it, and we talked about it yesterday. We've got Jordan Walker, I believe, still leading the league in home runs. This offense is they just get on base hit, double. Boom, they knock him in. Jordan Walker, boom, home run. I mean, I just love how hot this Cardinals team is playing right now. Jordan Walker, just an absolute stud so far to begin the season. Give me the Cardinals plus 127. And because Palante has been struggling against the Astros and vice versa with Lance McCullers, I also like this game over 9 runs, minus 105. Next game, Atlanta Braves plus 111 with Chris Sale on the mound. Yes, Braves are an underdog with Chris Sale against who? The Philadelphia Phillies minus 122 and Christopher overrated Sanchez. We've talked about it. The Braves demolished the Phillies last night. We were all over that one. How often I think it's been every single start. So like 4 weeks already. For Sanchez is favored in every game. He started at least a minus 200 favorite to 280 180, 160, 140. Now he's at 122 at home. Sale, an underdog. I just don't see this. Again, Chris Sale's a lefty. We talked about it yesterday. This Philadelphia Phillies offense has been struggling against left-handed starters. I believe they're 2-7 on the season. Yeah, I know the Braves destroyed the Phillies last night, and I always hate backing an offense that just goes out and destroys the other team. Sometimes they usually lay an egg the next game. Not always the case, but sometimes it does happen. But you can't pay me right now to back Christopher Sanchez. He always screws us, but I'm just tired of it. And does he really deserve to be a favorite, especially with this offense right now, the Phillies offense? Excuse me. Go ahead. I'm taking the Braves plus money. Chris Sale, left-handed pitcher. We're rolling with it. Lefties against the Phillies. We're rolling with it. And we get a really good lefty, Chris Sale. All right, next game. Texas Rangers plus 117. Nathan Eovaldi on the mound against the Seattle Mariners. Mariners minus 129 with George Kirby on the mound. Kirby has been lights out against the Rangers, and Eovaldi has struggled against the Mariners, except for the last time these two teams met in Texas. We had George Kirby, we had the Mariners, and then Eovaldi finally beat the Mariners for like the first time ever, and he had a great game. But the issue here is I was leaning towards the Mariners, but because of their recent injury, not only that, but their spark plug, Brendan Donovan, got injured last night. I don't know if he's going to play in this game or not. He injured his hip. They said he may rest a game or two, so I have no idea. This is a late game, so we're not really going to get an answer for another like 8 hours, probably 7 hours. So not that Brendan Donovan is worth like moving a whole handicap based off of Brendan Donovan, but obviously baseball's a 9-player sport, pitchers, and you have the batters. So one player doesn't really change anything, but he has been a spark plug for a struggling offense this season. So I think he is a big deal. And although Eovaldi has been struggling and lost his last 2 or 3 starts in Seattle, we just can't back this Mariners offense right now. I'd rather back the Rangers at plus money and this offense that seems to be heating up a little bit. Even Jock Peterson's hitting the ball. So I'm backing the Rangers here. Give me Texas plus 117 on the road against their rival Seattle Mariners. I got nothing for the Dodgers-Rockies game. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's just such a massive favorite, and I can't back the Rockies right now, so just passing that one. Toronto Blue Jays plus 138. Max Scherzer on the mound against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are minus 152. Zach Gallen on the mound, huge favorite here. We know that the D-backs have been hot at home. The offense has been incredible at home, and D-backs played great last night. But Zach Gallen minus 152. We know this Blue Jays team is struggling, and Max Scherzer's been struggling. But, this is an ugly one, but I'm going contrarian here. I'm going to take the Blue Jays. Max Scherzer, shockingly, pitches well against Arizona Diamondbacks. And in Arizona, I'm pretty sure Arizona's a team that drafted him. So, he kind of has a little thing for the Diamondbacks franchise. And I like it. We're getting plus money here. The D-backs at minus 152 is a pretty expensive price, seeing as how they had an even better matchup last night and they were minus 130 with Mike Soroka. I thought last night they should have been around 150, but it was minus 130. So we got a great price. Today, it's not a great price. And I think, if this Blue Jays offense can muster up some runs against Gallen, they could get something going here and steal a victory. So I'm going contrarian again. Give me the Blue Jays plus 138. All right, last game of the night, San Diego Padres minus 103. Mon Marquez against the Los Angeles Angels, about minus 107 with Yusei Kikuchi on the mound. Kikuchi has been struggling, but he pitched well in his last outing, sort of. Angels did dominate last night, winning 8-0 with Jose Soriano on the mound, and he continues to be undefeated with the sub 3 ERA now. So Angels are red hot right now, but so are the Padres. Padres won 10 in a row, lost for the first time last night with one of Matt Waldron, who's pitched for the first time in like a year. But I'm going back to the Padres here after getting shut out. Even though Marquez is on the mound, hasn't been perfect, but I think the Angels and I think Kikuchi being a favorite here doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I like the Padres, even though Marquez is on the mound. I do like this Padres offense. Fernando Tatis Jr. hits well off of Kikuchi, and it's just such a good price with the Padres offense. We can't really pass it up. So give me the Padres minus 103. That's everything for today. We're off of a huge winning day on Friday, so let's keep it going. I really like these plays. We have a few totals here, a lot of overs, which we usually don't play. Again, on a totals, it's buyer beware. All of our records are down in the description. Everything's transparent as always. Again, our sides have been doing great. We're up almost 6 units on our sides, 77 and 71. So let's go ahead and get after it. It's a huge Saturday for us. We'll be back tomorrow. Green is good. Thanks for everyone that's been watching, following along, all the new followers, subscribers on TikTok and YouTube. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Good luck to us.